In this video, I'm going to be teaching you on different things you are going to do to make your palm weevil larvae produce more for you. Palm weevil larvae farming is quite a very profitable agro venture because there is high demand of the larvae because the larvae are used in the production of different products. You can go through my channel. There is a video I created on different things that you can use the palm weevil larvae to do. Check on the description box below and watch that video. So let's get into today's video. Today's video, I'm going to be speaking basically on what you need to do to make your larvae, your weevils, to produce more for you. Number one thing you need to do is to make sure that the place is always cool. The palm weevil, they don't like heat. So where you are going to keep them need to be cool. If the place is hot, there are going to be mortality. And if they die before the right time, where you need to keep them need to be always cool. Because if they die before, in a shorter period of time, they will not produce a lot of eggs. You understand? So if you look at the origin of this palm weevil larvae in the forest, when they are in the palm tree, the forest is always cool. So because they release heat a lot, the larvae release heat a lot. So if the place you keep them is hot, there will be mortality. The weevils will die, and once the weevils die, they will not produce for you. So if, let's say, the weevil stays for from 15 days to 20 days time alive in your mixture, by that time they have laid a lot of eggs, and those eggs will ash. The egg ash within 3 to 5 days time. The egg will ash and they'll begin to produce. So you need to protect the weevil that you are putting in your box, so that they will not die on time. They will produce before they die, because even when you harvest one may be alive, but most of them will die in the mixture. Another one is housefly. Housefly is a predator when it comes to palm weevil larvae farming, because housefly is going to shoot his own fly inside your mixture where you are breeding your palm weevil larvae, and the housefly has a very poisonous chemical inside them, and once they lay their own eggs inside the box where you put the palm weevil larvae, it's going to cause a lot of mortality for the larvae. The larvae, they're not going to produce well, because the mixture you have put, the formula you have put for the larvae to eat, because it's the larvae that eat the formula. You understand? The mixture you have put, the housefly larvae will be dragging the food with them, making the most of the larvae of the palm weevil to die, because the housefly produce more larvae. So they will be like intimidation when both of them are inside the box. The weevils of the housefly may kill a lot of the palm weevil larvae. So where you're going to keep your box need to be always to be cool, and need to have will not be where housefly will have access to it. That's why we encourage people to use lining. Understand? Use lining to cover your box, so that predators like housefly will not penetrate inside. Understand? Will not kill your larvae and will also kill the weevils. So that's what you need to put into your mind when you are starting this palm weevil larvae production. Another one is the eggs. Once they lay their eggs now, the eggs are very fragile. Their eggs are like grain of rice. So once they lay the eggs, you don't need to be opening it always. If you are opening it always, you'll be checking. Let's say within the first 5 to 7 days, you don't need to open the box that you are breeding them, because if you open and you use your hand to look at it, you may break a lot of their eggs. You understand? Let's say the weevils now, they lay 20 eggs once. You lay 20 eggs now once, and as you are scattering the mixture, you are destroying a lot of eggs. So you must make sure that you don't scatter them, you don't touch them till when it's up to 21 days time. You cannot check. That time the larvae are very visible enough for you to see. But when they are beginning aspect, don't touch them, don't open, don't scatter the mixture. Let the mixture be there, let the weevils be laying. As the weevils are inside, they'll be laying, because not all that will lay eggs at the same time. The weevils will be there, they'll be laying their eggs, and they'll be growing inside your mixture. So don't scatter them, so that you will not break their eggs, because if you break their eggs, they will not produce well for you again. Then another one is, make sure that the place is not too watery. Your mixture should not be too watery, because if the mixture is too watery, the weevils will drown, and once they drown, they're going to die on time. If they die on time, they will not produce well for you. So you must make sure that your mixture is not too watery. It should be milky. It should be milky so that your weevils will not drown. You understand? So that your weevils will not drown, so that they can produce well for you. They can be producing effectively for you. Because if you make your mixture to be watery, that's why we encourage people to undergo training. Once your mixture is too watery, the weevils will die on time. And if they die on time, it's a big problem. You understand? But if they don't die on time, they will produce well for you. They will produce with 5 male and 5 female. They can get approximately 150 to 200 larvae in one breeding box with just 5 male and 5 female, and they're going to grow very well for you. Another important one you need to look into is you need to protect the female. In palm weevil larvae production, the female usually die easily. It die on time than the male. So once you get access to the weevil, don't waste time. Immediately use them for breeding. Don't keep them, say, okay, I want to keep them, next week I will use them for breeding. No. Once we have supplied you, or you get from any other source, use them to breed immediately, so that they can stay in the mixture for at least, they can stay there for at least that can 10 to 15 days time. Even though there is mortality around that time, you know that they have already produced plenty for you. Because definitely when you are producing, a lot of mortality will occur. Some may die on time. You understand? So that's why you need to protect the female, because the female dies more faster. Then another one is, once you even though you want to keep them, don't keep the male and the female together. If you keep the male and the female together for a longer period of time, the females will lay eggs, and once they lay eggs and there is no good formula for them to grow, the eggs will be damaged. You understand? The eggs will be damaged. So keep the male and the female separate, because if you keep the male and the female in the same place, once they keep on meeting, the female will die. She will weak, and most of the time the female will die, because the male is more stronger than the female in palm weevil larvae farming. Another one is the feeding. Make sure that you feed them very well, the weevils. When you put them inside your mixture, inside the box you are using to breed them, make sure that you feed them very well. What do you feed them with? You feed them with banana or plantain. But plantain is more better, because plantain does not decay easily. So once you are breeding, you put the plantain that will last them for long, so that the weevils will be feeding on the plantain, because it's the weevils that eat the plantain. You understand? The larvae eat the formula you have put for them. The weevils eat the plantain. So you make sure that they have access to enough food, and so that they will not die on time. And if they do not die on time, they are going to produce a lot for you. You understand? They're going to produce a lot for you, and it's really a profitable business if you follow this instruction I'm giving in this video. So if you have not subscribed yet, do it to subscribe to this our YouTube. Another important thing is that you must make sure that they have oxygen. Your box, you need to put hole in the box. You understand? You can use soldering iron and put hole in the box, so that there will be enough oxygen. You understand? Sun, don't keep them where sun that have access to them, because sun can easily kill the weevils. You understand? It can easily kill the weevils. So you must make sure that where you are keeping them don't have access to sun. Some persons will just be breeding and they just go and put them in their backyard where sun have access to it. If sun have access to them, the weevils will die on time. That is one thing that causes mortality in palm weevil larvae production. So you need to keep them in where sun does not have access to them. You understand? And your mixture should be fertile in the sense that you are going to put something that, but what makes them to grow is protein. So the formula you are using must be rich in protein. So if it's rich in protein, it can easily grow fast inside that mixture. Understand? The food must have, it must be watery. Let it not be dry, too dried. But if it's too dried, with time, the weevils may die on time. Even the larvae may die on time. So you must make sure that the place you are keeping them need to be cool and don't need to be too dried. Like if you look at the forest which is the primary place of where they are. If you open the palm tree, the palm tree where they used to be, you see that inside the palm tree is very cool. It's very cool. So because the weevils, the larvae release heat, so you don't need to keep them where it's hot, because if it's hot, it's going to cause a lot of problem for you. So make sure that the place is always cool, and make sure that you don't keep them outside where sun will touch them. Always make sure that where you are keeping them is cool, and give them enough food. Make sure that the thing is not too watery. It's not too watery, and they are going to do well for you. So follow this instruction I've given in this video. If you need further training, do well to contact us on our number shown on your screen. We render online and practical training so that you will not do mistake when you are starting your production. There is a lot of profit in palm weevil larvae farming, which I encourage you to go into. You understand? So I've created videos on different things you can use palm weevil to do. It's an exportable commodity which is not common. I did a lot of research to get this knowledge which I'm passing to you now. So make use of this knowledge, and together we're going to fight against food insecurity in Nigeria. So I'm going to be teaching you also how you can use these larvae to produce different types of things: cream, biscuits. I'll teach you in my next video. I'll teach you how you are going to use these larvae to produce biscuit after you blend them. So there are a lot of things you are going to learn from this our channel. So subscribe, do well to subscribe. So if you have watched this video to the end, congratulations, I have a gift for you because you have watched it to the end. Comment below that you watched to the end. So I'm going to give you 500 MB. You're happy, right? I'm going to give you 500 MB because of you have watched the video to the end. So comment below, comment your number below. I'm going to credit you 500 MB. Thank you very much. Do well to share this video and to different groups, so that once you have shared, don't let me know you have shared this our video. I'm going to give you 500 MB. Thank you very much for watching. I remain my humble self, Tabawi Brave Mobowi. If you are new to the channel, please do well to subscribe. Until I come your way again, bye bye.